He represents the 17th Congressional District of Florida. Greg, welcome back to the program.
Yeah, thanks, Tony. Thanks for having me.
All right, so first off, I want to thank you for taking the time to join us, because I know what it's like in the first few days after a storm like this. Give us a kind of an update of what's happening there on the ground.
Well, it's the storm is so interesting because it affected counties significantly and catastrophically, but very different. So yesterday I was in DeSoto County, Hardee County, and Charlotte County, all counties in my district that were heavily impacted. And in DeSoto County, the largest impact was record flooding. Since they've been keeping records, this storm was bigger than that. Cresting major flood damage is at 19 feet. This thing was at 23, 24 feet. We still have houses underwater in Arcadia. There are places that law enforcement just now, we're seeing roofs and we're seeing houses. So I'm afraid that the death toll is going to be a lot higher once law enforcement can actually physically get into some of these buildings and some of these homes. And then on Charlotte County, they didn't have the flooding, but they had record wind damage, 130, 135, 140 mile an hour winds on the coast. And so as you drive through there, every roof has a tarp on it. There's trees down everywhere. Power has not been restored. I would say the majority of my district still does not have power. But they're doing an excellent job. We've gone from 2 million out of power to 500,000 out of power in 5 days. That's a record for the amount of people and line workers that are down here. And now it's just cleanup. There are still areas like Sanibel that you can only get to by boat because the costs will be washed away. So it's trying to get resources to the people that need it, whether that's food, whether that's water, whether that's a tarp on their roof, whether that's law enforcement, whatever that case may be. Each of the county's emergency operations centers are working around the clock. There's some people that haven't left there in a week because they went in before the storm hit on Wednesday, and they've been there ever since. I'm exhausted. My heart goes out for those people that dispatchers, law enforcement, EMTs, National Guard that have been sleeping in emergency operations centers or sleeping in vehicles for the last almost week to provide human resources and the types of things that our civilians need right now.
Yeah, the first responders, everything I've seen, they're doing a great job there in Florida. Of course, we've kind of gotten accustomed to the intensity of these storms, and they're much better equipped with each successive storm. But also churches and others leaning in to help you. In fact, we just showed some video of you volunteering with your church, going out to help cut away trees so people can get into their homes. So a lot of churches they're involved in the relief efforts as well.
Local churches and nationwide churches. I had the opportunity to visit the Baptist convention that has disaster relief, and they've been doing this for so long. And I have seen Red Cross, I have seen Salvation Army, and I have seen the Baptist churches through the Baptist convention disaster relief program. Somebody asked me who to give money to, and I referred them to that website. The most well-organized, trained individuals, 100% volunteer. All the people that are there, I met people from Texas, I met people from up north, I met people from all over the country who, once they are activated, they've already been trained in certain skill sets, whether it's delivering food, whether it's cooking food, whether it's doing generators, whatever the case may be. And being a military guy, it was a very impressive outfit, extremely well run, extremely well organized, all volunteer organizations. So these people are volunteering their time and so the resources aren't going to pay people. The resources are going to provide to the community. And just the one location that I was at, and the one day that I was there, they served 12,500 meals.
Yeah, and this is, Greg, I know you've seen this, but this is one of those times that actually encourages you, even though it's in the midst of a tragic situation, where you see people coming together to help other people just because they care.
And the American spirit. I mean, one lady that I visited who had some damage in Punta Gorda, we visited Punta Gorda as well yesterday, and it was neighbor helping neighbor in this small little community, and it was more of a retired or elderly community, and they were helping each other out. Those that had more damage, they were helping, and the lady said, this is what being an American is all about. And I think that is the true testament of these type of tragedies and what that brings down in Americans.
Yeah, it really is. Greg, 30 seconds left. How can we be praying for you and for your constituents and others there in the state of Florida?
Just pray for our first responders who are still on the ground doing search and rescue missions. Pray for those people so that we can get to those that we haven't gotten to yet, and all of those that are putting their lives on the line in order to keep other people safe.
Yeah, we'll do that. Congressman Greg Steube, always great to talk with you, and glad you're safe, and appreciate you taking time to join us today.
Yes, sir. Thank you.